So I'll be doing justice to that topic, career path in technology. I want us to know that technology is the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry. So if you don't have good scientific knowledge, there's no way you can create devices, create tools that will be useful for technology or that will be useful for industry. Also, as we know, we have different types of technology. I may be biased when it comes to information technology because I'm a computer scientist. I may be biased. But when you look at the types of technology, we have information technology, we have communication technology, management technology, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology. These are different types of technology that we have, which will guide our discussion for today. At least since 1980s, computers have increasingly taken over such tasks as bookkeeping. What we are looking here is that there are some things that we cannot do without using technology now. So it's a common notion. People have that the advancement of technology spurs unemployment. But this hypothesis is unproven. What can be said, however, is that technology is changing the types of jobs that are available. You know that. Technology is changing the type of jobs that are available. So let's quickly look at the advancement in technology. I want to look at the advancement in technology. Advancement in technology. We want to look at technology. We know that technology is dynamic. No doubt about that. It's not stable. For instance, now when computers started, that's the first stage computer. When computer started, it started with a simple transistor. Actually, the first generation computer started with just a scale, measuring scale. But now it's guided to microprocessor-based technology. So technology is not static, but it's dynamic. What technology has done is to create a polarization in the workforce. As you can see from example, just as the industrial revolution market, a sharp drop in percentage of workers in agriculture, an increased proportion of industrial labor. The information age is following a similar trend. Some jobs are gradually phasing out to be replaced by new ones. For example, now look at these jobs. They are gradually phasing out. Even some of them are phased out. They are being replaced by new ones. For instance, look at bookkeepers. Before, we had what called bookkeepers, accountants, and auditors. But now, we have accounting software that can do their job for us. Also, we have car drivers. But now, self-driving cars are coming up. So what will happen to car drivers? Remember the time of postal workers. Now we have emails. I can quickly send my mails to anyone I want to send the mail to. Within seconds, the person gets on the other side gets his mail via the internet. Also, we have newspapers and that of the entire industry. We now digital publishing and reading devices. Can I even remember the last time I bought newspaper? Once I wake up in the morning, I get to my different applications that I can read all the newspapers. So what happens to vendors? That means their job is being replaced by technology. If you look at the printers and publisher, we have online publishing. Supermarkets and shops, cashier attendants. People though, we have Jumia. You don't need to go to the cashier and do this again. It's self-machine and online shopping. We have Jumia, so many of them that one can do online shopping. What about the travel agents? When last have I visited travel agents when I want to travel? I have been traveling on my own now without any travel agents. I just go to the website of the flight, or I use various means of getting tickets, and I buy my ticket. I travel. So also the telemarketers, we have artificial intelligence that can do that. So also the journalists, artificial intelligence can do that. And some other jobs, look at them, there are so many. photography laboratory. No more that we use digital laboratory now. In the days of the old, when you take picture, the man will say, come back in maybe in a week's time, get your picture. You now go to a place, wash it with chemical and place it on the for drying. But we don't do that anymore. You can easily get your pictures and do so many things with it. You can edit it. You can do so many things with it. Receptionist technology, we don't have that again. We have chat box. We have answering machine. Typist, no, we have post recognition software that can do your typing for you. Just talk to it, you get some things done. The librarians and some other, look at the bank tellers. How many cashiers do you have in the bank anymore? How many servers do you have in the bank? The ATM machine and the internet banking, we do this. These are things that inform me that technology has really brought to us. Next, we want to look at what is the biggest technology in trend in 2020. We are now in 2020. We can see the biggest technology in trends now in 2020. So once you look at the biggest technology in trends 2020, focus your mind to what will happen in future. If this thing, are you audience with me? Are you with me, audience? Hello? Do I have an audience?
Yes, sir.
We are with
Okay,
you,
thank
sir.
you so much. Thank you. Okay. Then just to check. Okay. Like what I'm saying now, our biggest technology in trends in 2020.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They are all...
Okay. If you can look at all this technology in 2020, then let us focus. Let us think of what will happen in 2030. In 2020, we have AI as a service, that's artificial intelligence. We are not talking of 5G. We are still using 4G. Even in some part of Nigeria, they are still using 3G. In some part of Nigeria, there's no 2G. But now we have 5G data networks. If you have 5G data network, what will happen to the internet? We have autonomous car driving and personalized. We have autonomous driving cars. We have personalized and predictive machine. We have computer vision. We have extended reality. And we have blockchain. If at 2020, we have all these technology trending, then what will happen in 2025? What will happen in 2030? So we all have to think very well and keep abreast of all this technology. That's one. Now we want to look at staying relevant in technology, especially this digital age. When we are talking of staying relevant, we have to talk of three things. Staying relevant as an individual, staying relevant as an enterprise, that's company, and staying relevant as a nation. How can the nation be relevant? We have to look at these three things before we talk about this area. So I will be taking them one after the other. I will look at staying relevant as an individual, staying relevant as an enterprise, that's a company, a corporate establishment, and staying relevant as a nation. Staying relevant. Let us look at what is relevant. Relevant simply means important to the matter at hand. That means you are germane. You are important to the matter at hand. Artists, even and politicians, look at the artists, the home video people, and the politicians are always worried about their relevance. If they are no longer relevant, they may not keep their job. So as an individual as well, you have to be relevant to what is at hand, what is the discourse at this moment. It is really, really important that businesses and organizations remain relevant in the marketplace, which means to stay useful, innovative, and up with the times. This gives them a competitive advantage, which is something that once business has over its competitors, like offering lower prices or add-on bonuses, stay relevant as an individual, corporate organizations, and as a nation. Now, we want to look at staying relevant as an individual now. Staying relevant as an individual. If you are already trending a career path, then you need to know what the future of that career holds for you. Machines are learning how to become like human, and robots are taking over several jobs. Someone has also to feed data into these robots and manage them. So you need to consider the future of your career. Even as I'm a lecturer in a university, I also have to be relevant. I have to consider the future of my career. Gone are those days that we use chalk, blackboard and white chalk. Gone are those days that we use one tattered old notes to give student lectures. We didn't prepare for this pandemic, but look at what has happened. For the past 3 weeks, I've been delivering lectures for my students online. I've been using Google, I've been using Zoom, I have been using Google Classrooms. If I don't consider all this technology, if I don't consider all these virtual classrooms, how will I be relevant as a lecturer? Unlike the days of the old, that you need to take students to the four walls of the classroom. That's no more. As a lecturer, I have to be relevant to the new technologies in vogue that I can use to deliver lecture, effective lecture for my students. As a lecturer, I have to look at the new technologies in vogue that will make me to perform my job satisfactorily. If a lecturer does not know how to use these virtual classrooms now, like what we are using now, Zoom, like Google Classrooms, how will it be relevant? Next one is sharpen your technology appreciation. We have to sharpen our technology appreciation. There is computer appreciation and there are tech application appreciation. Why computer appreciation was that thing we did in primary and junior secondary school. Tech appreciation is more than that. I've met some people who seem to be resistant to what seems inevitable. There are some lecturers that will not go and learn this technology and they want to pass learning. They want to teach their students. They want to lecture their students. How can you be relevant if you don't sharpen your technology appreciation? Another one is embrace curiosity and update yourself. I've been home for the past 2 weeks now, well, for the past 2 months, due to this corona pandemic. Staying home has given me the opportunity to update myself. I'm a professor of computer science. I cannot know everything. And the beauty of my job is computer science is dynamic, IT is dynamic. So if I don't update myself, how will I be able to teach the students the current things? Will I be teaching them the old things? And that's why some students don't like mathematics. Mathematics is very, very interesting if you can relate it to what is happening now. Mathematics can be equations. You see equations, beautiful equations. But these equations have implications. It's only lecturer that will bring out the beauty in mathematics that is given to students. If a lecturer cannot bring out the beauty in equations you are writing for students, you are writing differential equations, you are writing so many equations, and you can't give the student the physical implication of these equations. They will lose interest in the class. So if you don't keep yourself updated, how will you be able to impart knowledge in students? The next one I want to look at is talking with an expert. Yes, you can't know everything. There are sometimes that I learn from my students as well. If I discuss with a student, I believe and I notice that the student is very good in a certain area, I will have interest and bring the student to my side so that he can teach me some other things. We can learn from experts. You can't know everything. Then practice daily. Practice daily. Today I've done so many things. I've practiced so many things today. After church, I practiced so many things today. So you have to practice daily. You can't just sit down on the bed and start reading things and say you have understood it. You have to do the practical aspect. You have to practice it and make sure you do it yourself. And know one thing, you are not alone. You are not alone. If my university believes that I cannot give much to students again, I'll be put out of this. I'll be out of the system. Then they can then employ some other people. So, as an individual, you have to realize that you are not alone. You have to realize that you are not alone. If you can realize that you are not alone, you see that so many things. You know so many things. Then don't give up. Don't believe that I cannot know this thing. It's too hard. That's the problem with some students or even lecturers. If they are given the course to go and lecture, I don't want this lecture. No, you don't give up. Some students say, I can't know mathematics. I cannot know it. Why is it I cannot know mathematics? Is there any magic in mathematics? No magic at all. It is you that will convince yourself that you can know it and you will know it. And let's now move to the next one. Staying relevant as an enterprise. As an enterprise, that means a company. Staying relevant in the changing market. Staying relevant in the changing market. This is for the enterprise. Technology changes at lightning speed. You know, how fast is lightning speed. So technology changes at lightning speed. For some tech business owners, these changes can be intimidating. Staying relevant in business can be summed up as be aware of trends, know your customer, know your competitors, know your competition, and that's what? Pragmatically. Since you fail to adapt, your customer will find a business that will suit them. In this time of unprecedented change and opportunities, smart people, smart company, smart enterprise, smart corporate organizations and business they work for are rethinking everything from the product and services they offer to the way they engage talents. An enterprise is either going digital, look at that, or going out of business. Please mark this thing. An enterprise is either going digital or going out of what? Business. Yes. Every enterprise, you must go digital. You must know how you can apply technology to what you are doing. The world is changing. The need of our partners are changing. So if we are going to serve them well, we need to change as well. So, to perspective, in the way we are looking at the company, we are looking at the company, you have to work correct attitude, embrace change, as I've said it, create a culture or attitude of looking forward. That's it. Be critical. Apply in real world situation. Evaluate the alternatives. Don't keep to doing things one way. Look at other alternatives that you can do. By looking at other alternatives, by looking at other options, you may have a cheaper one. You may have a more faster one. Because in this world, there are two things. It's either you optimize your profit or you minimize your what? Minimize your what? Your loss. If you have these two things in mind, I want to optimize my profit. I want to minimize my loss. That means you have to evaluate your alternatives. Is there a market need? Why is it better? Then the last one for this is review from many perspectives, not just technology. Then let's now move to the next one. Staying relevant as a nation. As a nation, yeah, I'll be talking about Nigeria. I will leave my discussion to Nigeria as a nation. As technology rapidly transforms the way development is done, Nigeria should aim to serve as a model for not only keeping pace with these changes, but also leveraging these tools to advance progress on the sustainable development goals. What are the changes of technology development in Nigeria? Let us look at Nigeria. Let us come home and look at technological development in Nigeria. One, Nigeria has not fared very well in developing our economy through technological development. I think I'm safe by making this statement that Nigeria has not fared very well in developing our economy through technological development. The level of technological advancement in Nigeria, very significant factors such as poor technical education, inadequate funding of research and development, preference for imported goods, and high prevalence of what? Corruption. And lastly, electricity. How can we advance Nigeria through technology? How can we do that through technology? The government should support technology and believe in it. Well, technology, just like other sectors in Nigeria, needs improvement, and it doesn't stand on its own. The government should provide stable and affordable electricity. This is very, very important. Without electricity, there cannot be technology. We should know that. Because we have to power this, we have to do that, we have to do this, we have to do this. 2, provide fast, reliable, and affordable internet connectivity. We need reliable internet connectivity. That's what I talk of 5G. 5G make everything to be okay now. 5G is faster than 4G, is more reliable, is affordable. Then fix public transport system. Let us do away with traffic. Traffic takes a lot of human time. Traffic takes a lot of human effort.
No.
We are going from here to Lagos now. From Ogbonsho, I'm presently in Ogbonsho. If I'm going to Ogbonsho, from Ogbonsho to Lagos, it's supposed to take me about less than 4 hours. But I'll be lucky if I can do that within 5 hours. Because going from Ogbonsho to Oyo alone is a lot of problem. We'll be praying. There are so many things that can disturb you on the road from here to Oyo, which the journey that is less than 1 hour. Then also from Oyo to Ibadan, another journey, another journey. So fix the proper transport system. Let's have alternative transport system, railway system. There are so many alternatives that we can have. Then invest in education. Invest in education. Since 2009, ASU have been going on strike almost every year. We are currently on strike now. Why? Government has not invested so much on education. There are so many brain drains. Lecturers have gone to abroad. When they get to abroad, they do very well. Students even don't want to study in this country again. They go abroad, they go away elsewhere. When I was in school, you see foreign students. We are taking lecture with foreign students. They come to Nigeria for education. Foreign students. I can remember one of school students from Cameroon, students from the Niger Republic, even India. They are in Nigeria studying. But we now do you see them around again? They have gone. Because our educational system, instead of progressing, is retrogressing. Next, let me now conclude by making the following conclusion. Number one, everyone needs to wake up to the reality of what is coming and begin to develop strategies across businesses, government, and training coaching providers to maximize the available opportunity for capitalizing on the transformation trends of the fourth digital and technological industrial revolution. That's the first thing. Number two, everyone should embark on the most critical life and work skills. Look at that, please. Mark this point, it's very important. Everyone should embark on the most critical life and work skills that will be required to survive in the fourth digital technological industrial revolution. At present, we are in the fourth digital technological industrial revolution. So everyone should be aware of this. You should have to embark on the most critical life and skills that you think that will make to survive this revolution. Then number three, specific jobs and roles will go into extinction. No doubt about that. Specific jobs and roles will go into extinction. That means we don't need them again. Next one, new jobs and roles will be in very high demand. The way we are learning today will drastically change, and that is sure. The way we are learning today will drastically change. We are now drifting towards virtual classrooms. In my school now, we have a very good ODL, that's open distance learning, where we have a lot of students coming in to study. You know, distance learning, the method we are using is blended. Little face-to-face and online. And that's what we are going to look at this pandemic now. A school in UK, Oxford University for them, Oxford University, yes, announced that there will be no face-to-face classroom for this session. That means 2020, 2021. What they are going to do is virtual classroom, online. You can see that the way we are learning is now changing. It's drastically changing from the classroom, from the corner 4 walls of the classroom to virtual learning. So students, lecturers, guardians, and parents should key in. Anyone that fails to key in will not be carried along, will be dropped. So my advice for all of us is to key into the technology so that we will not be left behind. Thank you for your rapt attention. Remember, change is inevitable. Thank you all.